to the Raptors 115 to 112, and the Celtics putting up some great efforts tonight, Kendrick Perkins, in this matchup. Just how would you describe that effort in tonight's game?
You know what? I don't like, those losses where you say they competed hard, they played well, but they did, you know what I mean? And this is why you have guys like Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown so important to close out games. But look, make no mistake about it. The Celtics tonight walked into a playoff-type atmosphere because right now the Toronto Raptors are really in the playoffs with the addition of the play-in tournament. I thought they fought their tails off. I thought they were scrappy on the defensive end. I thought they played together. Guys stepped up in big moments. They just couldn't get it done. But to take this Toronto Raptor team into overtime, knowing what they have on the line, knowing that, you're without your two best players, and you go in there and put up this type of fight. I mean, if I'm Coach Ime Udoka, I got to be happy on the plane ride back to Boston.
Yeah, I want to say a couple things on this. There are no moral victories in the NBA, obviously. It's wins and losses. But to watch this Celtic team come in without most of its core and to play the way they did was really remarkable. That's a really good Toronto Raptor team. One that had won 8 of the last 10 before this game tonight. And they played exceptionally well. They matched the intensity. They matched the skill level. They had a tremendous game plan. They came in daring the Raptors to beat them from the outside. It was smart because the Raptors do not have a group or high-level group of three-point shooters. And it worked for a lot of that game. Ime Udoka proved once again why he should be in the conversation for Coach of the Year. That's the first part. The second takeaway from this is, Brad Stevens at one point was getting killed for only getting Daniel Tice in the Dennis Schroeder deal. People were saying, you couldn't get a second-round draft pick. You couldn't get a first-round draft. You couldn't get any draft picks for Dennis Schroeder. Where would the Celtics be without Daniel Tice in this game where he had 13 points and 10 rebounds and 2 blocks, and moving forward with Robert Williams potentially lost for the rest of the season? I mean, you hate losing, and the Celtics took a step back in the standings because of this loss, but I was impressed with this loss as much as I was many of the wins that I saw this team have this season.
Yeah, no Jason Tatum, no Jaylen Brown, no Al Horford, no Rob Williams. However, Perk, what did this game show you about the depth that the Celtics have at this point in the season?
Well, I think we heard Scal talk about it. We heard Scal talk about the word culture being thrown around the NBA. And tonight was a prime example. When guys are out, because of the culture that has been established over the last 2 months, now all of a sudden you see it. You see it happening where guys could just walk on in. Like when I look at the Memphis Grizzlies, guys go out, John Morant go out, the Memphis Grizzlies just keep rolling. That's how I'm looking at the Boston Celtics right now, because they established how they want to play defensively, because they established how they want to play offensively, how they want to move the ball, how they want to get scrappy. And once you have that culture, that identity, it's easy to fill in. Guys fill in right on in when guys are out. And that's what I got most from this game. But you know what? Listen, if you're a Celtic fan, actually you should be really happy. I know I am, because if I'm the Celtics and any other team in the top of the Eastern Conference, I'm definitely trying to stay away from that number 1 seed. And the reason I'm trying to stay away from that number 1 seed is because you really don't want to face a Brooklyn Nets team at the number 8 seed and face the Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving. So with that being said, this loss really is not that bad. One, you got to see the young guys ball out, different role players step up. But two, the loss not that bad at all. You know what I mean? It's about matchups when it comes to the playoffs, and let somebody else get Brooklyn first round, because I believe they're going to be in that 8th spot.
I do love when Scal and Perk
predict
the standings. Predict the standings right there. 9 games to go, and we got Zoltar and Nostradamus predicting what's going to happen. Nobody knows. Nobody knows.
goodness gracious. Scout cannot contain
Keep my
himself.
name out your
He's been
mouth.
waiting to drop that reference all night long. Scout, now that you are here joining us on the desk, your biggest takeaway after this loss to the Raptors?
Well, I got the Eddie House chair. Hold on.
Look, your
hold on.
chair is going down. He's all over the place.
No, I'm with Perk. I'm happy.
Yeah.
Listen, it's static that we're good. Like, we're good. Like, around, now, I'm not saying we're championship level, but from the slap in the face that I got when Robert Williams, I got the Robert Williams news till now, I feel good. I'm going to sleep nice tonight. I'm going to sleep like a baby tonight.
Oh, my goodness. Scout has been waiting to drop that reference all night long. He is not letting it go. Let's go to the fourth quarter and see how it all went down for this Celtics team and how it unfolded and how they got into overtime out there. All right, let's start with that fourth quarter. Aaron Nesmith with a huge play starting at the end of the fourth quarter. Big three, putting the Celtics up by 4 points with this play right here. And then Pascal Siakam, he's going to race to the other end of the floor. Yeah, Pascal Siakam. It was a Pascal Siakam show. He got to the other end of the floor, driving to the basket, getting this bucket right here. And then the Celtics try to make something happen. Marcus Smart, he goes up for the shot, but gets denied. He's going to take a little bit of time. And we're trying to figure out, okay, is this the right shot for him to take? Is this what he's supposed to do? He's getting ready, goes up for it, boom. Gets blocked at the basket. There's a foul on Siakam, goes to the line, and now the Raptors, they tie the game, and Grant Williams, he turns it over, and then this is how we get into overtime. You hear that the Celtics are 4-2 on the drive right here, putting the Celtics up 110 to 106. Is right in overtime, and then OG Anunoby with the three to cut the Celtics lead right here at this point as we are in OT. And then Pascal Siakam, it was the show. This is where it started. Gets his own rebound right here and then puts it back into the basket.
Bad luck.
Yeah, that just wasn't in the Celtics' favor right there. Defensive end comes up big with a huge block. And then Siakam jumper at the end of this play. And the Raptors, they take full control in overtime.
Derek White had 2 opportunities at the rim in overtime, just came up short both times.
Siakam fouls out on this play right here. At first I thought it was OG Anunoby on this one. So then Grant Williams, he gets to the line, and then we got a 1-point game in this one. And then you see Marcus Smart taking the shot. They're trying to get something done. You see Grant Williams trying to get the three, and it doesn't work out for the Celtics. They lose this one 115 to 112, but a valiant effort by these guys with plenty of their starters out. And you
from first to fourth.
Look, this is how crazy the Eastern Conference standings are right now. You lose one game and you drop 3 spots. The Celtics right now 4th in the East, 1 game out of that top spot. And Perk, when you take a look at this Celtics team dropping down to 4th, I mean, is this really a bad thing for the Celtics right now?
No, it's a great thing. And look, you think these guys will get rest for no reason? Listen, would you rather the Celtics face the Chicago Bulls in the first round or have a possibility of facing the Brooklyn Nets? I like their chances on facing the Chicago Bulls. And I'm telling you what's about to happen. Over the last part of the last part of this season, what's going to happen is we're going to see a lot of those top teams, guys are going to be out sore knee, sore elbow, jam finger. You know what I mean? Because look, realistically, you're not trying to run from it. Eventually, you're going to have to beat somebody to accomplish where you're trying to go. You're going to have to run into a top dog, and y'all going to have to face it off, but you don't have to do it in the first round. And I'm not saying that guys are going to be throwing games, but I'm just saying, if I'm a coach, I'm going to start positioning myself the best way I possibly can to put myself in position to be successful.
Scott, how much of that drop is maybe a silver lining for the Celtics, even though they lost